Welcome to the iRally preview for round 5 of the Intercontinental Rally Challenge. It is the Ypres Rally, the legendary Ypres Rally. What an event this is. What a service park we've got here. As you can see, service park is going up around me in the historic market square. It's a great site, a great place to come and watch rallying, a great place to experience what rallying's all about. This weekend, we've got 18 stages, nearly 300 kilometres of competitive distance, 30 S2000 cars, and some of the very, very best drivers in the world. As I mentioned, nearly 300 kilometres of competitive stages. Tell you what, let's go and have a look at the end of stage 1 to give you some idea of what the drivers will expect over the 29 hours of this year's Ypres Rally. So here we are out on the stages around Ypres. This is actually stage 1, the last few Ks of stage 1. And as you can see, really good tarmac. But we're out amongst the countryside. You can see a few cows perhaps on the right-hand side. Very, very much agricultural land around here, and these roads tend to be little linking roads that link little farms and little villages all around the countryside around Ypres. Now, generally, as I say, very, very good indeed, these roads, very smooth. And occasionally, you do something like this. You come out, pop onto the main road, just for a few Ks, sometimes a few hundred metres, sometimes just 20 metres like that, onto the main road, left, round into the tight stuff again. Now, on the right hand side, what can you see? We can see telegraph poles. One of the features here, lots of telegraph poles, very close to the road indeed. Some cuts as well that you need to be ultra cautious in. You know, a lot of the cuts are okay, you can take them, but others, there are hidden dangers. There are big ditches. Ditches, very, very much a feature of this rally. Now, as you come around there, if you go a little wide and you end up in that ditch, you're not getting out. That on the left hand side is one of those very deep and dangerous ditches that you find around the countryside here in the Ypres Rally. It is such a difficult and demanding rally. It's all about experience on these roads. Surface is good, really good surface. Vast majority of the tarmac is good, tidy tarmac, but more than anything, it's about knowing where you can't cut here. It's knowing where you've got to keep it on the tarmac, where you can't risk those cuts, because as I say, within those cuts, quite often ditches, if not ditches, culverts, concrete culverts that'll catch you and smash your car, certainly smash your tyres. Incredibly quick up some of these sections as well, considering just how narrow it is. Very, very fast indeed. As I say, this is stage 1 of the rally, and everyone will be hoping to get through here without too many problems. A lot of junctions as well, a lot of 90 rights, 90 lefts. Oh, geez, a bit of a bump in there. That'll be dug out by the time we get to the rally. Have a look, though, at the skies here. You probably just catch in the distance those dark clouds. Now, what's going to happen with the weather in the rally? Well, we're not sure. We're certainly expecting, oh, you don't want to go wide there. You go wide and you clout those big telegraph poles. The weather, as I say, well, it's not a bad day today. It's certainly not cold, round about 17, 18, 19 degrees, but rain is very much in the air, very much threatening, and that, I think, is going to be the story for the whole rally. Sunshine and showers is what they're saying, maybe as high as 22, 23 degrees, but that threat of rain. Now, what does that mean? It means that tyre choice becomes an issue. Now, Ypres tyre choice, not as difficult as it is in some rallies. Some rallies, the service park is a long way from the stages. Sometimes the stages are in the mountains, service park is on the coast, a bit like Yalta just a few weeks ago. But here, wow, the stages, as the crow flies, never more than 20-25 kilometres from the service park in the centre of Ypres. So whatever the weather's doing in Ypres should more or less be doing out on the stages. That makes things a little easier in terms of tyre choice. Oh, but as I say, the severity of the rain could be interesting. It might well be that whoever gambles on their tyre choice might get huge advantages here. Now, you can tell just how bumpy some of these roads are. The tarmac, as I said earlier, is good, but in places it can be very, very bumpy indeed. And this is us now heading in to the end of stage 1. You don't want to outbrake yourself there and end up in those trees. There we are. That is the flying finish at the end of stage 1. I'll tell you what we'll do, though. We'll go back and we'll take a look at some of those big ditches. So as we saw from the onboards there, ditches are a real problem on the outside of bends, in particular here in Ypres, and many drivers have been caught out by very deep drainage ditches in the past. Let's have a look at this one. As you can see, a left-hander behind me, quite a quick left-hander, but you don't want to be too quick, because if you go too fast into that, you get the line out of the corner wrong and you end up with two wheels or your whole car more or less in this ditch. Let's go and just have a quick look at how deep this ditch is. Whoa, one side to the other side and you're into the ditch. Now, as you can tell, we're about 3 or 4 feet below the level of the road here. Now, if you're lucky, you come around that bend, you end in the ditch, you keep the power on, you can pull your car out. But an awful lot of these ditches have got these features in them. This is a concrete culvert here, and there's no getting past this. If you come along, 2 wheels in the ditch, smack this, you're going to lose your suspension, you're going to lose a wheel, you might even lose both wheels. That's the end of your rally. So ditches and culverts, a big issue here in Ypres. If you remember a year or two ago, well, actually it was this time last year, it was Juho Haninen who ended up in one of these ditches, and it was his rally that was over after, what, 3 or 4 stages. Who do we think might avoid the ditches best this year? Who might avoid them and go on to win this rally? I'll tell you my thoughts. Well, those really are very deep ditches indeed. Everyone doing their best to avoid them this weekend. It's luck if you get out of one of those ditches. It is rally ending the majority of time if you end up in one. Now, who do we think's going to win here this weekend? Well, Rally Ypres has won 6 times previously and absolutely has to start as favourite to make it 7 wins here in the stages around Ypres. He will be pushed all the way by a number of drivers, in particular by his fellow countryman, the young Thierry Neuville. Neuville, full of confidence just now. Okay, not such a great rally for him in Yalta, but he showed tremendous pace there. But this rally is all about experience. Neuville's 22 years old. Yes, he got a podium here last year, but I think it might be a little foolhardy for young Thierry to chase Rally Ypres. Neuville will win this Ypres rally at some point in the future. Whether it's going to be this year, I do not know. A couple other guys to look out for in particular. Andreas Mikkelsen, again another one who showed incredible pace a few weeks ago in Yalta. He is desperate for a good result. Does he have the experience to do well here? Someone who does is Jan Kopecky and his Skoda. Twice runner-up. Is it his chance, his turn perhaps, to win here in Ypres? I'm not so sure. I think certainly Jan is showing consistency, but is he showing consistency that will deliver a win for him? Don't think so. What about Guy Wilkes? Well, Guy Wilkes, unfortunately, because of the huge accident he had in Sardinia, missed this event last year. He did it a couple of years ago in the Proton, and he will put that experience, I'm sure, to good use this weekend. Again, I'm not sure he's got the experience. Certainly he's got the experience in the car. Not sure he's got the experience of these stages. A number of other drivers that we can look at as potential winners this weekend, but to be absolutely honest with you, you can't look beyond the 2 Belgians. Rally Ypres and Thierry Neuville, certainly my favourites for this weekend. But if someone's going to upstage them, it might be Brian Bouffier. Caught up with him and his co-driver earlier on. Let's have a couple of words from them. Ryan, just tell me what makes Ypres one of the best tarmac rallies in the world.
Oh, you know, I don't know if it's the best tarmac rally in the world, but for sure it's exciting to be there. We'll find a lot of spectators, and the stages are amazing. I did a large part of the Ricky, and we have a lot of very fast corners with big cuts, so I think the car will move a lot, and it will be a great show. So in the car it will be very exciting to drive so fast on the stages.
Xavier, from a co-driver's point of view, what makes Ypres such a challenging rally?
Ypres, it's a really difficult race because of the rhythm. For find the proper rhythm on this rally, it's not easy because there is a long straight line, and after sometimes few corner really quick to do, and it's not easy to find the proper rhythm. For example, it's really more easy for me in Corsica, where you have corner and a lot of corner every 20 meters, if I can tell like this. Here it's quite difficult race for co-driver.
So that was Brian Bouffier and Xavier Pansieri. They've got a chance this weekend for sure, but I think a podium result would be a good result for them. So there we are, my thoughts on this year's Rally of Ypres. It's going to be a cracker. It always is a cracker. It's a lot of fun out there on the stages, wonderfully well supported, tremendous atmosphere, and just the best rallying action you will find just about anywhere on a tarmac rally. As I say, all gets underway Friday evening, 6 stages Friday evening, a further 12 stages then on Saturday. In all, nearly 300 kilometres. Don't forget you can follow it all on iRally. If you haven't got iRally, have a look in the App Store, download it to your iPhone, download it to your iPad. As well as that, have a look on YouTube, the official iRally YouTube channel. We're doing lots of these little preview videos from, well, rallies around the world this year. So have a look at that, and if you don't mind, press the little subscribe button. That would help us out tremendously. So Rally Ypres, we're here for round 5 of the IRC. Gets underway Friday afternoon. Join us then.